Kamli Productions named after my cat because at that
Yes,
time
of course.
we had no production company. Actually, it's been a very challenging year. I haven't had time to experience my postpartum phase fully because I've been so busy with this delivery.
Whoever watched it, I have got many messages, my mother was like this, my mother was like this. I'm like, oh my god.
I remember some of the ADs and them coming up to me saying that, oh, your character is so like my ex. I already hate you. Don't expect me to be nice to you throughout.
I grew up with a lot of people commenting on mine and my parents' personal life.
When I started out, that was the first wise ass advice that comes your way. This is the only way, man. That's the only way to go to.
Just to fill me, just to fill me.
What a year 2024 has been for cinema, especially cinema from our country, especially cinema of the girls of our country. I'm so happy. Thank you! Oh my god! Okay, so I really don't know where to start this interview. Maybe I'll take you back to the year 2004, 2005. A media school in Mumbai. I was, going back for an assistant professorship. And there was a student who was very, very bright, but she had refused to do an assignment. And when I looked at her and asked her why she wouldn't, she looked at me and said, it's because I want to be an actor. Today, she's not just an actor. She's a powerhouse. She's a mother. She's a producer. And she brings to us Girls Will Be Girls. Oh my God.
I have no recollection and I'm embarrassed. You must always do your assignments, please, okay?
Please do your assignments.
Please
But
do your
this
assignments.
is so wonderful. Do you reckon that this has been a great year, professionally, personally? Ali Richa, first I'm going to start with you all. Both of you as human beings first, and then of course as producers.
Yeah. It's been a good year. Very, very good year. Yeah, we had a child.
And more than one, if I may say so.
Yeah.
Because then you have another child that's now, it's still raking up nominations. The most recent one being the Independent Spirit Awards.
Yes.
2 nominations.
Two
Yeah,
nominations.
Kanni got one.
And
The film
one
got
for
one.
creative team.
This is amazing. This is amazing. So, for the rest of my audience who may not know how Richa Chadha and Ali Fazal are part of this project, Richa, we've heard the story, but the more people, the better. So please tell us.
Well, Shuchi and I, as you know, we were in SCM college together, and we've been like long-time friends and collaborators. Then she wrote this film, and we worked on it through the pandemic. She wrote several drafts, sent it to Script Labs, sent it to NFDC Film Bazaar under the production company Kamli Productions, named after my cat because at that
Yes,
time
of course.
we had no production company. And then we received a few grants for it, and then the process started sometime in 2021. 2022 we shot the film, and then we did a whole festival run, and finally we are going to be in India.
I love it. I love it. A quick word for Amazon Prime Video, because thank you for bringing this film to all of us.
Yes, thank you for
across so many
supporting us
countries.
and giving
Yes.
us this beautiful place to do our promotions.
Yes, and people need to watch this film, and we'll come to the film. Ali, do you remember that moment when you turned around and said you want to be producers?
I think so. Yeah. It was quite organic, but we, and this is also from my friend circle, we've all grown up watching all kinds of movies and be exposed to world cinema. And even in my childhood, and my mother used to take me diligently to the theaters. So, and every time we would have, I remember watching Sound of Music in the theater. Not that we are ancient, but it had a rerun in one of the theaters in Lucknow called Mayfair. वो बंद हो गया. And the last film that played there was Mortal Kombat. I distinctly remember that. But then slowly we realized we want to be part of that cinema, and we started realizing people aren't going to just make and bring those things to you. Why not create a space of exploration for artists, and not just films, but long format, music, everything. This is just the beginning, hopefully, and we really want to tell more stories, and I think there's a space for it, and the world is ready, and it's getting smaller, so we can share more notes with others.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that little preface, because we should all know why we do things, right?
Yes.
And Richa, for you, you've always been that person. You always turned around and said, it's not just the movies, I also know I have an impact, and my whole life will be things that I do that I believe in.
Oh,
But yeah.
thank you.
So, but this
Push
year's
some
been released.
buttons.
What did you say?
He said push some buttons.
Push some buttons. But this year you've been pushing too many. Buttons, babies, all of it. I just want to take a moment before we move on to the cast. How are you, Richa?
I'm actually, it's been a very challenging year. I haven't had time to experience my postpartum phase fully because I've been so busy with this delivery and the delivery on time and the censor certificate and the subtitles. But I'm so delighted that this film has found a home on Amazon Prime because Amazon Prime was launched in India with my show, Inside Edge. And Mirzapur is like a cult moment in Indian cinema, Indian history with Amazon Prime. So in a strange way, it's a homecoming for the film, for the Indian audience, and it's a homecoming for both of us that this film has found this platform to champion, and they're really being very supportive with us.
You know, I spoke to Shuchi at length about the film and its themes, and you know, there were so many points where I said things, and then she said that's exactly what we were going for.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the most interesting combinations is having the two of them, these two, who are talking into each other's ears, class.
Coughing, that's why I don't want to interrupt anyone, but now I have
Mira, Ma, you can do anything.
water because I'm getting a
Warm
coughing
water,
fit.
Preeti,
Yeah.
please. But it's so wonderful because I think the figure of the mother has always been polarizing, but हमारी फिल्मों में नहीं. हमारी फिल्मों में माओं को हमेशा एक तरीके की माँ दिखाई, या तो बेचारी लाचार, या तो a strict woman. And there's Kanni, and then she brings this mother who's, I don't know really,
Exactly, I felt.
I don't know really. There's a point where I also felt that, in the film, she was taking what was her daughter's. There were too many of these nasty feelings I had. And then at the end, she comes and says a line that, makes it all okay. How do you play a mother like that?
Yeah, I don't know. For me, exactly same thing. What is she doing? When I read the script, I asked her, do you know mothers like this? Because I don't know. Then, whoever watched it, I have got many messages, my mother was like this, my mother was like this. I'm like, oh my God. This is for me, I think this is one of the most difficult character that I played in terms of this kind of a personality was never on my radar or I have not observed. So that's a dream for an actor to imagine and to play a person like that. So that I got lucky that way. Like this is one character I had to really explore, imagine, get from Shuchi as much as I can, get in or that way. It was pretty difficult. I think I give the way I portrayed, I give credit to my director the more and to Preeti actually, because it was with both of them I could finally find the character. I found Anila's right and wrong on process, where she really is. Because Shuchi is a very interesting director. She'll be like, what do you think? And I'm like, here she says like this. So why she's like, what do you think? And I'm like this. She's like, interesting. So she's never telling me exactly
what she thinks.
Yes. Yeah. Shuchi's always like, she's a very interesting personality to begin with. Like I was in awe of her. She's always giving room for discovering. Yeah. See, we also live like that. I'm also giving myself room for discovering myself because I don't think I have a clear idea. This is exact. We may think, but you surprise yourself always. Similarly, she's like giving a lot of room for she knows also, but she's like nudging you to that, or she's also allowing you to discover it also. She's also allowing as a director for the actor to surprise her. So along the way, I found probably Anila, but it was, I think, like you said, it was one of the most difficult character in terms of understanding her. I was not able to understand this person.
Yes, but that sort of weird, unspoken rivalry between mothers and daughters, I truly enjoyed that because I have asked these questions, and this film makes you say things that you never wanted to say aloud, and without saying it, and so it's amazing. So thank you for that.
That's all Shuchi also. Like
100%.
She's really. Wow,
Keshav, I must straight up tell you, you're a bit of a manipulative guy. Guy bolna padega. How did you approach your character? Because nobody wants to play a manipulative man. Did you know that he's manipulating women, or do you not look at him like that? Do you not judge him?
I do not judge him. When I started reading the script, I remember I was traveling in bus from Jaipur to Mumbai, and when I started, I was like, "Oh wow, this is so me. This is so me." And then towards the second half, I was like, "Okay, he's much more complex than
Could be me.
me as an individual," and. But somehow I was not able to put him on the spectrum of a good or bad or anything. And
Yeah, same.
yeah, and when I reached the set, I remember some of the ADs and them coming up to me saying that, "Oh, your character is so like my ex. I already hate you. Don't expect me to be nice to you throughout." And I was
Who
just,
said that?
in a joke, as a joke.
Oh gosh.
And then I remember asking Suchi ma'am to like whether we could have a talk about it, and she said the same thing. You don't have to label him as a good guy or a bad guy. He's also discovering himself, and that really helped, those conversations with her. And yeah, sometimes it's the intentions, sometimes they don't have intentions, but it's just
They're also very young.
Yeah.
They're just like,
yeah.
you know, and at that age you make, I'm sure you make like all kinds of, you know,
Mistakes,
stupid decisions, and
experiences.
those from the outside look like, oh my God, these are crazy manipulations, but you know, they I suppose come out of some space of.
There was this one
innocence.
line that really helped me. It was that Shri is a boy who thinks he's a man, and that really helped me.
That's
I think
true,
throughout
actually.
the process.
Yeah.
I love how Papa came in, huh?
Are they?
I just want to tell you that this is lovely. No,
Yeah.
He's lovely. He's a lovely, like I am, as everyone is discovering themselves, I am rediscovering Ali as a father, which is amazing.
it's lovely. Thank you for that. Meera.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. The fact that it's been the film has done so much. How are you dealing with it as an individual? Were you ready for the success of the film?
I think it's been like a roller coaster. Like it goes up and then it comes down, then it goes up, then it comes down. So, and I don't think I was prepared for any of this. It's a very new process for me and I'm enjoying it. I enjoy when it goes up and I also enjoy when it goes down because it's like a nice time to retreat and think and introspect about what all has happened and also just work on yourself every time you just sit back. So yeah, I mean it has also helped me understand what I want to do next, how I want to prepare myself, and what all stories interest me and the kind of people I want to work with. So now I have some insight about that. So I think when I entered I was not sure how things will turn out, but they've turned out quite beautiful and
Absolutely.
they've given me a lot of clarity as to what I want to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do want to ask each of you what your relationship with fame is, simply because this is such a diverse room, right? Each of us at different stages of it.
Yeah.
So we'll start with you, Keshav. What do you think right now fame is, and how much are you enjoying it, or what do you not like about it?
I find it all very funny.
Yeah,
Very funny.
yeah.
Because I think I was sharing with Preeti also recently. I was in my third year of engineering. So after I shot the film, I have done an internship as part of my engineering program in a corporate place. 4 months going every day to the office, doing something which I didn't want to. I had done this film then, and even now, like say I was in Tokyo last week with the film, and there being recognized and being applauded for the performance. The things are the same, but it's just that few extra people know about it. So I'm just going away from it and just watching things, not taking too much.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. Preeti?
I think it's a very temporary, transient thing that's not in my control at all. And in this life, like after death, everyone is just the same. So yeah, everyone have I taken
This interview just gone.
I want to hear the end of this.
I do want to, yeah.
yeah, I mean,
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, fame is not. It might sound hierarchical and might be like stages and everything, but I think post death everything just falls down and everything's equal. So I don't want to hold on to it, and the only thing that I can control is how I feel and how I can make my own self happy. So that's the only thing that I'll control and not be much affected by.
Wow. I thought only Meera was a little wiser than her age. No, this is great. Thank you. You have very evolved actors. Yeah. This is amazing. They're thinking, they're talking about things that happen after. For you, this has been, okay, let's take a moment and I'm sure everybody, this is your year, Kanni.
Yeah.
And we're here for you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations.
No, I've been notorious. So it's the other side is famous. So no, really, I've been notorious in Kerala for many things. My family has been notorious. So I grew up with a lot of people commenting on mine and my parents' personal life, to what I wear, how I think, all that is wrong. And so the other side of being famous, and famous in a good way, like where people applaud you. So I've been in the other side where I have to continuously prove myself why I think this way and why I think this is right. I've been on that journey. I continues to be on this journey even today. Like, so that I see it as a, so sometimes to get a break where people are like, you did nice also, it's nice. I take it that way, but I am more in the other side where even this year, like I've been critiqued for so many things, which is right, I think. Like when you are vocal about your things, people will point out things that they don't agree with you and you answer it or you engage with them.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. And otherwise, like she said, like it's, I also see life as a, I mean, when you live only is the time that you have. And like I still keep my senses to appreciate the beauty of a flower, to a plant, to every little beauty that is surrounded by me. And I am grateful every day to be alive. I don't think anything come close to that realization.
Correct.
But otherwise, I'm notorious. So
Otherwise, she's notorious.
I'm not very famous.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ali, I know this is about Girls Will Be Girls, but I can't not acknowledge the amazing performance you gave us this year in Mirzapur. And thank God it's the same platform, so they won't cut it. So the same question applies. You are not just doing great work here. You're a producer. You're also signing, people, abroad. क्योंकि हम तो पागल है ना लोगों के लिए जो abroad जाके कुछ sign करते हैं.
Foreign.
तो foreign. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, I believe. Very exciting. So tell us, what is your relationship with fame? Because it's not just limited to our circles or being famous in Bombay 50.
Yeah, I mean, you start thinking of it differently, very differently when you get out of the bubble. And that's when you realize you don't have to constantly kill yourself to come back and seek that validation. It is organically, it will come to you. Of course, when I started out, that was the first, the wise ass advice that comes your way. This is the only way, man. That's the only way to go to, and that's how you will plan your next whatever years. But I think I've surprised myself, and I like to keep that path a little unpredictable. Otherwise, it just gets boring. And I think, I think there's space for everybody. I want to explore it. I think the world is huge. And there are beautiful stories and beautiful people, and I love to love, and I think I'm going to carry on doing that as much as I can. So every day I'm very thankful that I can reach out, and there's a space for me on the other side, and I've got the chance to taste blood. So we want to sort of be part of that, and girls did that.
Yeah.
Isn't that absolutely?
Yeah.
Well, also because it's interesting because you're not the faces on it, and that's what is the most interesting thing about it, that you are still putting your might and weight behind it.
Yeah.
And it takes a different sort of an actor to turn around and say, my face is not in this film, but I will still do whatever it takes to make sure it reaches an audience.
Well, because of just humanity at some level, right?
Beautiful.
We've forgotten to champion each other.
Yes.
It was a very normal thing to do.
Totally.
हम बचपन में यही सीखते थे कि हमारे नेबर है, अगर उसके यहाँ वो नेबर भूखा हो रहा है तो आपका रहना जीना जायज़ नहीं है. You have to. You know what I mean? It's a very extreme situation I'm giving.
Yeah, yeah.
But
of course. You have to
that's where it
share.
needs to start.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Richa, we can't wait for you to talk to us about your relationship with fame.
Honestly, Ali knows this because I am notorious for wanting to just be not recognized. When I'm not like this, when I'm not wearing hair, makeup, and like dolled up in my actor avatar, I would much rather be left alone. So I apologize to anybody I meet at libraries and airports if I don't seem very forthcoming. It's because I wish that I could be anonymous and continue to do like buy my sabzi and do other things, walk on the beach without eat golgappe with my full mouth open. I really do think that uh, if it was any other way, like this is just because of the profession. We are actors, so we are famous, or people are cricketers, so they're famous. A banker is not famous, an engineer is not famous. So I just feel like this comes with the territory, and I really don't take it seriously, especially today in the age when fame can be manufactured, and it's like people are famous for being famous.
100%.
And I feel like we're teaching the young people that fame in itself is an end goal. How you get there is not important. So they are doing ridiculous, mind-numbingly stupid things. And I feel very bad about it actually. I feel like that focus on education, on kindness, on music, on literature will evaporate because everybody will be like,
Yeah, just trying to
Yeah,
be famous.
yeah.
Yeah, forgetting to be a person.
yeah.
The film does so much for relationships for girls, okay? And I want to end by saying this, which is boys will be boys is something that we've heard forever, okay? Thanks to the film now, this is an actual phrase. Do you know that you might be impacting language?
I really hope we do because
Have you
language
never thought
is
about
culture.
this? Yes.
No, we
Let's
haven't
go,
actually.
Shuchi all the way, man.
Shuchi all the way. Shuchi.
It's a phrase.
Miss her right now.
And now, I think because of the film, more of us will be using it. More of us will be more confident to talk about it. So, there's so many reasons why I want to champion this film. But most of all, because it's a good film. Yeah, it's not because it's about women. Because that's the other thing. They say, "Arey, it's about a cause. It's about this. There is a female director." No, more than any of that, it's a great film. So that's why you should be watching it on Amazon Prime Video. It drops on the 18th. Thank you so much for watching. This is Rotalks on Just Too Filmy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to feel me, just to feel me.